is Rexford Radford. I would like to share a story with you that changed my life, and I would hope that it would have the opportunity of helping someone else to think twice in reference to water safety. The story is about my little brother. His name's Rodney Lynn Radford. Back in 1985, we grew up in a family where water, swimming, water activities were just a part of our neighborhood, community, and family as well. And Rodney had went with some friends on this particular day without thinking twice about what they were actually going to be doing and the weight of what it could cost. They went to the White River there off of Westfield Boulevard, north of Broad Ripple Avenue, and they decided to wear hiking boots and were playing follow the leader, jumping from stone to stone. And Rodney was number 2 in the line of 7, and hiking boots and water rushing on stones, it's really not a good way to be safe in water. Long story short, what really changed my life at that moment is when Rodney slipped off of a stone and immediately was caught up in a current that took him under, where his boots, those hiking boots, filled up rapidly, and at that time he started to panic with great fear. My life was forever changed knowing that there was nothing that his friends could do to help him, to save him, and to get him out of that situation. So I'm hoping that this will allow for someone to think twice. So pretty much he was lifelined to the hospital, where he was on life support for 3 days. And June the 29th, 1985, the good Lord called him home. I really am grateful to have this opportunity, where I'm hoping that there's other children, other parents, other families just like ours that are out there that loves the water and enjoy it as well, but would like to have the opportunity to program the mind to actually think twice about what it is that you may do that could possibly be a life-threatening situation. With water, it's kind of hard to really see beyond the surface. So thinking twice about water safety is vitally important. And all the best, and God bless.
Hello, my name's Jerry Richard. I'm the dive team commander for the Indianapolis Fire Department. When you call 911 for a water-related issue such as drowning or a rescue, we're the ones that are going to show up. Now, it's a little cold today, but it is spring, and a lot of us are thinking about going swimming in a swimming pool like this one over here. That is fine. That's where you should be swimming, as long as you follow the pool rules and are with a responsible adult. The bodies of water that worries us the most about firefighters are one like these. These are called retention ponds. There are hundreds of these retention ponds all over the Indianapolis area, and they are very dangerous. You're not to swim in these or play in them at all. A retention pond is designed so that all the stuff that's in the neighborhood, when it rains, all the water and stuff flows, and it's designed to come into the retention pond. So that means the stuff that's coming from the neighborhood, such like oil, gas, fertilizer from the lawns, worse off is the duck poop and the dog poop, and all that stuff is coming down into the retention pond. And yes, it's like swimming in a giant toilet. So they're not made to swim in, and they're not made to play around. They're shaped like a bowl, so they come and they just drop down. They're about 10 or 15 feet. Ledge on the side about 2 feet across. If you go past that 2-foot ledge and you're not a good swimmer, you're going to drop off into 10 or 15 feet of water quickly. And that's deeper than most of the swimming pools that you'll be swimming in this year. They are very dangerous. The reason you don't want to walk around in these either, or just go into shallow water, is because when we dive in these, we find things like refrigerators, bicycles, fencing, rope, wire, all sorts of stuff that you could become entangled in. So they are not made to play in or swim in. Also, if you get this water in your eyes or your ears or your mouth or a cut or anything like that, you could get very sick. It's polluted water. Remember, it's like swimming in a toilet. So, when in doubt, you want to stay out. Think twice before you get into a retention pond.
Screams the joys of laughter, the splashing. Hey, let's go swimming. As a aquatic program manager for about 30 years or more, I love to swim. I love teaching to swim. Through swim team activities, learn to swim, adult aquatics, and as the swimming season approaches, there are a few things that I'd like to share with you today. Did you know that on average 10 people drown a day from unintentional drownings? And children ages 1 to 4 are the second most cause of death is drowning, second to car accidents. The intent is not to scare you, but to go over the importance of learning how to swim. There are so many benefits of swimming. It's fun, it's social, it's exercise, it's for the rest of your life. But as we get excited and the summer season is approaching, there are a few things you need to know. Number 1, never swim alone. Also, make sure you are aware of how deep the water is and don't swim in a pool that is a depth that your skills can't acquire. And lastly, and most importantly, always swim in a supervised area. Pools have lifeguards. Your backyard pool, make sure there is an adult present so that you are swimming while supervised. And most importantly though, I think it is necessary for all children to learn how to swim. By 3rd or 4th grade, there are minimum proficiencies and skills that every child should have. And that is important, if anything, for you to go out and find an area that you can learn to swim. Find a place like the Riviera Club or another business that offers learn to swim programs. Have a great summer. Be safe. Thank you.
My name is Nicole Hughes, and I want to say thank you so much for letting me have this time to share this information with you and just to kind of say hi through this video. I live in Tennessee, and I'm a middle school English teacher. I teach reading and writing and grammar, and believe it or not, I actually really enjoy it. I'm also a mom. I have 4 children. I have 3 daughters who are 11, 7, and almost 1. And I have a son. But 2 years ago, my son Levi, he was 3 years old, and when we were on a family vacation, he drowned in the swimming pool of the beach house where we were staying. Levi did not know how to swim. We had been at the pool and in the ocean all day long, and he had on a life jacket, and I was always in the water with him, holding on to him, but I didn't realize how often children drown when they aren't swimming. Levi was sitting on the couch, and he was ready for bed, and his dad and I were cleaning up the kitchen, and there were a lot of other adults in the room, and for some reason, Levi decided to open the door and go out the back door without telling any adult. And he went down a flight of stairs, and we're pretty sure he was trying to get a water gun or a ball that was in the pool, and he reached in to grab it and fell in. And because he couldn't swim, he wasn't able to take a breath. And we found him in the water just seconds later. He was in the water for such a short time, but we weren't fast enough to get the oxygen back into his lungs, and so he died that night. And it's obviously very sad to know that my son isn't with us anymore. And it's very important to me, though, to share this message and to share everything that I have learned about drowning and about water safety so that other kids can stay safe, because there was so much about drowning that I just didn't know. We're so careful when we get in a car, when we put our seatbelt on, and we try to eat healthy foods and eat fruits and vegetables and make sure we chew slowly so we don't choke. And of course, we know that water can be dangerous, but we also think water is so much fun, which water is fun. But we have to treat it, just like cars can help us get to fun places where we want to go, and they are a very important part of our lives. Water is too, but we have to treat water with the same kind of safety that we treat cars. So never, the most important thing that I wish Levi had known is never go near the water without an adult or without telling an adult. And always go and get an adult. And if you see another child going toward the water without an adult, go and stop them and tell them, hey, don't go near the water, and then run and find an adult. Anytime you are in a lake or an ocean, always wear a life jacket, always. But if you're in a swimming pool, then ask your parents to help make sure you know how to swim, and not just swim, but float on your back, to be able to roll and float on your back and get air when you get tired. Those are just a few things that you can do. And remember that water, even if you are a good swimmer, or even if someone is with you, it's so fast, and it can take the oxygen from you in just seconds. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you will remember this and stay safe around water. Thank you.